So, like I said, I'll be moving tomorrow, and I already know what's going to happen. They've had the AC on here repeatedly, on and off, and the guy wouldn't have told me before he left because they do all these secret messages before anything happens to me. It's very confined and being watched 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, shot with electronic devices. I'm not kidding you. I was laying in bed about 3 days ago and I thought I had, for a moment, a stroke. And I was laying in bed asleep. And I don't know even know if I was asleep or not. Or I had just woken up. And all of a sudden I felt something on the side of my brain, and then I felt real dizzy. I just felt real dizzy. And then all of a sudden I heard somebody throw like something or knock on the desk, and they use these electronic devices to redirect my brain, because I was laying down like this, and the shot came from here, and then all of a sudden within 2 seconds they shot the something against the table to like do something brainwashing with me. And I think it's important for me to do this while I'm also asleep. I have my chest. My hands on my chest sometimes, and they're using an electronic device that's controlling the tissue on my hand, and it's literally doing this, like scratching or something. I swear to God, it's not me. It's someone that's using an electronic device. While I'm asleep, they're using some sort of magnet or something that's so precise that when I'm laying in bed, I'm doing this, and I'm not doing anything, and all of a sudden they'll control my finger and they'll do this. And the reason that they do this is because they're shooting something into my finger so that it subconsciously lets me know that they're ordering me and training me that no, that's not what you're going to do, no, and so that's what they're doing and ingesting into my subconscious mind by doing this by force. I swear to God, I'm asleep most of the time when they're doing this type of behavior. So I think it's very important, because I did go to Zach Bacon's, and they were I cannot express enough, they were doing like a satanic ritual on me. They were using the artifacts there to scold me and use my dead sister Miranda, who had Down syndrome, who used to wear this princess outfit, and mutilate her in front of me, using the artifacts and the stage performance that they were doing in each of these places as Ken Cooper's supporters were there and his bodyguard. I swear to God, including the staff members, I wanted to make this video because I think it's important. It's not me. These people are in a riot. They don't care about right and wrong. They just want to make sure that this is going to be a prejudice and a movement to whatever person they pick out. They want to look pretty and good and glorious and live a comfortable life and be told different to the public. I don't like to be in the public. I don't like any of this shit. But I feel like I have no choice. But at least I'm making some sort of a word of a conversation about this. So I'm going to be moving tomorrow. When I went to this guy's house, the AC wasn't turned on. It was kind of hot. So this guy is going to sort of be trained. He's an old Asian guy that's like about 65 years old, real skinny. So I think it's important for me to say this, because the Chinese culture, like Cambodians or Asian, Chinese, Japanese, people that believe or created, Taoism or follow Buddhism or follow several other types of religions, that is only correlated and fixated strictly in those countries and race. It's not in any, usually Mexicans. I've never met a Mexican monk that was into Taoism, or a Mexican Buddhist, like a Mexican authentic who ate Mexican food and was a Buddhist. I've never met one ever in my life. I've never even seen a black person that was into Buddhism. So when they know that I wear this and I'm not following the Christianity, they want to throw me into the pit of this garbage shit. Because remember, they don't want to hear or want to deal with that shit either. They don't care for my life. They're just there for money, for a movement, and then exterminate me. Throw me to the garbage can. They don't care. So I think it's important for me to say this. This is why I don't like the persecution and being in public, because this is what everyone is doing to me. They want to confine me to something they don't understand. They just say, you do as I tell you to do because Jesus Christ told me to tell you to do it, and if you don't do it, then you suffer and you eat out of the garbage can and suffer and live on the streets. So what they'll do is they'll take things away from me. I'm paying $600. They'll turn down AC. It's going to be hot outside. They'll turn down the fucking AC and I won't be able to sleep. So they'll start doing shit like that. And so I think it's important for me to say something now. I already know because I got on the bus and they'll tell people to tell me these secret messages. When I say secret messages or hints, they shout out loud things intentionally directed at me and to let me know, like, I'm fixing to get on the bus and someone says, yeah, turn on the AC or turn on the, or I hear somebody else. And so I think it's important for me to make a video on this, but I got to get to bed here soon. I'm quite nervous. I'm going to try to take most of the stuff. This guy's supposed to come by and pick me up at $600 a month with a $500 deposit. I should not be paying $500 deposit. The reason they're forcing me to pay a $500 deposit is because it restrains me and keeps me tied down to whatever it is that they're doing. Like, they have this phony paper where they're shooting the hell out of me with devices and controlling my financial funds in every phone call. But they had me sign these bogus paperwork. It's fucking bogus paperwork. Like, my life is entirely under fucking control and think that this even matters. They just steal my money and that's it. But I wanted to make sure that it's important that I say something. Because it is also in those cultures that will throw me into the fire because they don't want to deal with it. They don't like them. They like their race being protected, and they're not Mexican, and they're very unlikely. They're not my race, so ethnicity, and it's very unlikely that they'll do things like that. Most of the time. But I think that it's important for me to say this because, I shouldn't be having to give a $500 deposit. $300 deposit is a lot of money. I have nothing more than a backpack. Everyone knows who I am and where I'm going and where I'm moving and what I'm doing. And everything is down to the nitty-gritty, detailed on my phone, my notepads. They know everything that I'm doing. Every time I'll put my notepads. I got to pick up some pencils, paper, trash bags, and lemon juice, a T-shirt, some socks, and a little bit of fruit, or whatever it may be. And they know because they tell the people immediately what I'm doing when I get to Walmart, to the stores, and they tell people to go there. So I think it's important for me to say this, that it bothers me a lot because it's like a restraintment. It's $500 fucking dollars. They know who I am, and like, I'm not kidding you. Like, I tried to talk to this guy and he's wearing a mask. He's a Chinese guy. He's pretty sure he's Chinese and or Japanese, but I think he's more Chinese. He looks more Chinese or Korean. But he walks into this house, and as he walks, he like bows down a little bit, like to step on, like he's bowing down. And as I'm stepping like this at the same time, he farts. And I could smell the shit, and it's like bowing down and farting in your ass. Like, it made me kind of upset when he did that, because I know that he did that on purpose. And the electronic devices, I don't know who's doing this on purpose. So, anyway, I'm desperately trying to look for places to live. I have very little choices, and a very limited amount of options to choose from. It's very difficult. I'm going to be trying to look for a job. I had to bunker down for at least a couple weeks, at least a couple weeks to figure out, what this place is, what the environment's going to be, because I may have to just say, okay, you know what, I'm going to get up and leave. After one day there, I may have to say, because I was thinking I'm also going to tell this guy maybe tomorrow or the next day, say, I'm going to give you a 30-day notice. I'm going to go ahead and leave. But like I said, I don't know. I don't feel good for so much about the situation because it's so confining to everything that they're doing. I don't know if I'm supposed to have a TV, he said, and like I said, I was moving into one place, and all of a sudden they called me out of nowhere and said, "Oh, you can't move in. Something happened." But yeah, that's what's going on. I pay $600. It's just unbelievable. You know, if I could sleep on somebody's couch for $350, it would be fine. I know that there's people that are renting out a living room in an apartment that will more than likely, you know, are paying $400 to live there, all bills paid. You know, a fucking living room. It's not a big problem. You know, and they won't, because they don't allow me to save money. Like, I'm always trying to either save money or trying to get into better situations, and they chip away at the little money that I have, you know, to never be able to really better myself and feel financially secure and more secure. Because the more financial secure that I have, the worse it is for these people. It is because they have to spend more effort and time tracking me down in their own personal financial funds to be able to do it away with my life in whatever which way they want. So, you know, that's kind of what's going on. I plan to move for sure before the winter. I think it could be in a month, 2 months, 3 months. I may tell this guy, you know, 30 days I'm out. Then I'll look for another place, or I just start booking my flight ticket out of this city. It does get very hot here. Yeah, I guess from this situation that's kind of what's going on. You know, it's terrifying. I'm doing this. I'm making this life happen on my own in the best way that I can, and no one understands how brutal these electronic devices and how detailed. Like when I'm playing video games, and I can tell that they're wiring me, just like my phone calls to certain players, and the people will post up visual pictures of what I just talked about. Like, for example, I played a video game. Not too long ago, like yesterday or the day after I went to Zach Bagan's house, and I talked about this as, you know, be very cautious of the red glow under these. Even the police say it's a gateway to hell, right? And this is like, you know, the VIP, RIP access, all access deal. Well, the reason I say this is because as soon as I start playing like Matchmasters, someone posts a picture and it's all red in the glow. And they'll do this, they'll play these mental games with me all the fucking time. All the fucking time. Constantly. If I'm playing mini football soccer, the people I play against, phone calls, text messages, I'll be walking up the stairs, all of a sudden someone will send me a message. It's a very controlling, confining mentally. But like I said, as I'm watching TV as well, on the TV's all fucked up and it's purple and shit. It's all like, the coloring is all fucked up. Well, I've been watching all these home remodeling different TV shows. There's just several, like 4 or 5 of them, and I'm watching these shows, and they're I'm telling you, all they're talking about is like how Ken Cooper is a forgiveness story, Sarah Cooper is an angel, Frankie got raped, and Miguel chose Jesus Christ, and it changed his life forever. He's a good person with a transgender movie, Diana. Like, it's fucking crazy what you see on this television, how they're justifying this. How they're justifying that this person didn't go to prison, and his wife did what they did. They lived in a house, kept this little child into a cage, and is being rewarded a normal life. Never went to prison for it. And every single person is feeling empathy. I swear to God, there's guests that are coming on these remodeling shows, and the people that are purchasing these houses, and they're literally giving empathy and sorrow and emotion for Miguel and Diana because they're gay and they're LBGT, and just feel sorry for them because they're so good. Oh, you see Jesus, and they'll start acting out, making a mockery of looking at the crucifix, and they're like, okay, like, I'm not kidding you, this is what they're doing. Like, my family and me and Frankie and everything that we went through is nothing but a joke to many of these people, because there are some people that didn't like that it happened and are defending the situation to say, no, you're wrong. You know, you should have gone to prison, you shouldn't have done that, you affected this family and kids, what they did profoundly, you're a criminal, you're a disgusting motherfucker. And so all the gay community is rounding up on all the TV shows and all the TV hosts and people that are on these TV shows, and they're all in bitter war. It's a full-blown war. I mean, it's wild to see.